maid or a personal chef? Correct, Zoe.
Whoa. Buddy.
You got that right.
You giving me that stare, bro.
Get lost. I used to know it. That's what we got the ally for.
The ally?
The ally.
Who's your ally?
The computers.
The computers are your allies. Okay.
Calculator for math.
Yeah, you should know how to do it without doing a calculator.
Anything else you'd like to know? Checks. I just woke up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, before we get to our question of the day today, a couple of things. One, stay current in your classes, do your work, turn your stuff in on time, and see what a difference it can make in your grades. Some of you are not off to the best start, considering of the lab that we did yesterday. I only got half of them turned in. Half. Okay? It's not an option. It needs to get turned in. Okay? Now, if this continues to happen, I will go to a new system, ladies and gentlemen. The system will be quite simple. Those of you who turn labs in on time have the ability to earn a grade higher than a C. You get a bonus. You can earn an A or you can earn a B. But if you turn it in late, I will not penalize you for it being late, but the highest grade you'll be able to earn will be a C. Thus, enhancing those who turn it in on time rather than punishing those who don't. Yes, go ahead.
When will that be?
Well, it depends on if I get the rest of these labs turned in or not. Okay? But if you're going to make me go to something, because then whenever somebody comes up and goes, well, you don't take off for being late. No, but I give extra credit for being on time. So, okay? So, I will give you some time in class today. Get your labs done, get them turned in. I thought I gave you plenty yesterday. Apparently not. Okay? Alexa, I need to put the information in for the second day. What your partner collected, I'll put that into your lab today. Okay? After we go through things and I give you time to work on things, I'll put it in there when you're doing that. Okay? You have a quiz tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Your quiz tomorrow will not be multiple choice at all. Well, I take that back. The table, you have choices of your answers that you will put into it. Okay? But there will be one problem where you will have to calculate energy in little c calories, energy then into big C calories, and energy then into calories per gram. And the information that you will be given will be almost exactly like what you were given in the lab. Okay? Now, again, you will have to do those calculations, but I do give you the formulas. So you do not have to write the formulas on your periodic tables and bring them. They will be in there. You just have to know what numbers go where and plug them in and do the math correctly. Should be a fairly easy quiz for you. Questions? All right. Put it away. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my question to you is this. Would you rather have a personal maid or a personal chef? Zoe, go ahead. You can go.
Because I can ask the chef whatever I want to make, and they could probably make it.
Correct, but you could ask the maid to clean all your dirty stuff up, and they could clean it.
Right, but the food, you can get whatever food you want.
So you're willing to take the food and then clean your place on your own?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Victoria, you don't seem to agree.
No, I would rather personal maid because you can, like, eat a bowl of cereal, but then the personal maid can do your dishes.
Right. Okay,
And
so
your
you
laundry.
want a personal maid.
And I hate folding laundry, so you can fold my laundry.
So you would rather cook your own meals even if you're eating ramen and mac and cheese and hot dogs?
Yeah.
Rather than some cool meal that a personal chef could make you?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Kevin, what's going through your mind?
I just want a personal chef. I mean, I don't mind doing the dishes or whatever because that's what I do every single day.
Okay.
And if, I leave a maid doing my stuff, I'm going to feel guilty for some reason.
So you would feel guilty having a maid do your cleaning, but you wouldn't feel guilty having a chef cook for you?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Alex, I'm interested in your perspective on this.
Personal chef.
Personal chef? So you're going to have somebody fixing all your meals for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You don't make that much of a mess? Or you don't want some other person picking up your dirty underwear?
I can clean it, but at least it saves money for eat at home.
Okay.
When you're eating
All right.
good.
I don't know if it saves money hiring a personal chef, though.
Yeah.
You got paid for him?
Well, yeah.
I'm not getting anything.
Okay. So you're only taking a personal chef if it's free?
Yeah.
All right. All right. All right, Helen, what do you want? You want the chef or you want the maid? You want the maid? Not a big fan of cleaning up?
No.
Okay. Okay, but you can cook your own meals?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Anna?
Chef, because if it's not clean my way, it's not
It's what?
clean. Not clean my way, it's not clean.
Oh, okay. And you don't think you could train somebody to clean your way?
No.
Okay.
And like when my sister cleans our room, I find things that are like annoying, so I have to fix it.
Okay. Okay.
She does not know.
She just doesn't know how to clean, and you've never taught
No.
her. Okay.
I'll
Fair.
teach her my secret.
Okay. All right. Jimena? A maid? You want someone to clean up after you? You'll cook for yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Mariana? Chef? Want someone to cook your meals? You are good doing the dishes, cleaning up, dusting, stuff like that, washing the windows. Okay. All right, Christian?
Personal chef.
Okay. Why? See, I think it would be cool to have a personal chef because I just would like to see what they would make.
Yeah.
As a
You know what I
supplier.
mean?
As a supplier.
What they would make. I mean, if you have a personal maid, yes, they're going to clean your house and they're going to do that stuff for you. But it would be interesting to see what a personal chef would make, what kind of meals you would eat.
So
And
that's your option.
Nope, I didn't say
or
that.
you could say
I didn't say
surprising
that. I said it
you.
would
And
be
they
interesting.
could surprise you with something.
Well, he may surprise you, yeah, or she may surprise you. Jasmine, what do you want? Personal chef? You're willing to clean up after yourself and stuff? You just want something to eat? You hate cooking or?
No, it's just that like if I get really bored and I don't want things to clean, I just like go insane. Okay, these two need to come to my house and clean my house.
Actually, anytime you guys need to clean, my truck can always use a good washing. You just let
Oh,
me
yeah,
know.
mine too.
I'll let you.
My grandpa's truck,
Uh-huh.
full of dog hair, and he has.
Oh, mine has no dog hair. It's just dirty on the outside. Yeah.
Okay, fair.
But, okay. Drives you nuts, the dog hair in the vehicle?
Yeah, because he wants us to sit on it. He's like, yeah, just hop in the back. And then we hop in the back. It's just full of dog hair. Like, can I sit in the front?
No. Well,
Like,
at least you know he doesn't let the dog sit in the front either.
Yeah,
So-
you're gonna get out of this the car and do dishes.
I'm full of dog hair. Full of dog hair.
Okay.
It's so sick.
All right, Alexa. Chef, you need somebody to cook your food, or you don't like cooking, or you don't like, or you're okay with cleaning? Okay. All right. Lucy,
Sure. Yeah, I don't mind cleaning.
you don't mind cleaning? Okay. I would probably. Yeah, Miss Art.
I want the maid.
Okay.
Like I hate cleaning more than hate cooking.
Yeah.
See, that's where I'm at. I hate cleaning more than I hate cooking. I'm not a big fan of cleaning. So,
Dishes and laundry are the worst.
Christian, did we get yours? What was yours again?
Personal chef.
Okay. All right. Okay. Ethan, did we miss you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ethan.
No, you're good. I would have a personal maid because first off, I am my personal chef.
So you don't mind cooking?
I don't like cooking at all.
Okay.
I love cooking.
Okay.
But I say personal maid because whenever I do cook, I always forget to clean up after myself. So
You forget to what?
clean up after myself.
It's amazing. How can you forget to clean up after yourself?
Yeah.
You walk into the kitchen and there's crap everywhere. How do you forget that you made that mess?
Just let it be after I'm done.
My issue is when I cook, like I use like lots of things.
I do
Like,
too, but I
dishes.
clean them as I go. I really do.
Or put
Clean
it
them as
away
I go.
after.
Also because I hate having other people in my kitchen.
Or like I forget to put it away after. Something probably.
Okay. Okay. I don't know how you forget to put things away when they're sitting in the sink saying, put me away, put me away. But okay. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I got to go with the personal made only because I don't mind cooking. I really don't. Although it would be interesting to have a personal chef to see what kind of stuff they could make. Maybe have a personal chef for a few weeks just to get you some ideas on how to cook some new or different things. And then
Could you
then switch
me?
over.
Yeah, I'd say could you?
No, you can't. You can't switch because we all know you could go months without cleaning your house, then hire a personal maid for a week or two, and then nope. You got to take one or the other.
The only way I would take a personal chef is if they could cook international foods.
Well, it's a personal chef. They can cook whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
We're not talking about the guy flipping burgers at McDonald's, okay? We're talking about a personal chef.
I can cook anything in the world.
Well, they probably have some limits, but they would be pretty well versed in it. So
Or at least maybe they could use recipes or
correct.
something
Correct.
better than you could.
Because most chefs are trained in one way or another, but a personal chef's got to kind of be versatile, shall we say. So
I'd rather,
okay. Absolutely nothing wrong. I don't think you can go wrong with either one of these, though, actually, ladies and gentlemen. If you either have somebody to clean up after you or someone to cook all your meals, it's kind of like having a parent. Okay? Yeah. Now that we mention it, I guess that is kind of like having a parent. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take your computers out, open up your EISNs, and get to slide number 23. Yours looks a little bit different than mine, but we're going to do something here real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, we started talking about how we use energy all the time. Yes, Kayana, go ahead. Well, little c is an energy calorie, okay? What that means is it's for any kind of energy. You could talk about the calories in a ball you could talk about the potential energy in those objects on the shelf in little c calories, okay? You could also talk about them in joules. It's kind of like we measure things in inches. We measure things in feet. We measure things in miles, right? There are different units for that. Well, there are different units for energy. There is joule. There is little c calorie. There is what is called a BTU, a British thermal unit. And there is what is called a food calorie. Now, food calories are specific just for food, okay? And they are a little bit different than a little c calorie, which can describe any kind of energy, okay? We gave you a couple formulas the other day. So I guess a great place to go back to would be this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me do this real quick. When we find energy in the lab, it's equal to the mass of water that we heat up times the change in temp of the water that we heat up, okay? When you multiply these two together, you get a unit called a calorie, little c calorie. And that's how we get it, okay? Now, this will give us this unit, which could be used for any kind of energy, because all it's a unit for is heating up water, okay? The definition is the amount of energy needed to heat 1 gram of water 1 degree Celsius. That's what the definition of it is, a calorie. But in food, we use big C calorie. And 1 big C calorie is equal to 1,000 of these little c calories. Okay? Now, all we have done is taken a unit that was already out there for energy, made it capitalized, and made it very specific for food. And the reason we do that is because food has a lot more energy than most things. Okay? So it's a much larger number. It's 1,000 times bigger number. So for example, if you look at by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we found this out yesterday during class. people are selling these Saruji's bars, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
These Saruji's bars.
Yeah.
These Saruji's bars only contain 160 calories.
What?
Only 160 calories. Can you believe that?
No.
Yeah, and then I looked at the serving size. Guess what the serving size of this candy bar is?
Don't even, like, not even half.
There are 2 servings in here. Who on earth has ever grabbed a Saruji's bar and not eaten the whole thing at once? Who? Don't even raise your hand because you're lying. You're lying.
I only eat
Obviously,
half
we
of
want to
it.
eat the whole thing.
How
Let's
many
be real.
calories are in that one?
Mine is 160.
The peanut butter is only 150.
But it's still 2
serving
servings.
sizes, yes.
Who would think? See, this is the way that food companies kind of cheat. Nobody's going to sit down and eat half of this candy bar and think, or eat this candy bar and think this is 2 servings. Okay?
No
and
one
until I actually read the label and realized that it said 2 servings and 160 calories. So actually the calories in here are how many?
Double.
Double that, 320. 320. But to make it seem like it's less calories, they said the serving size is 2 servings. Jeez. Did everybody start a half an hour later today or what?
Yep.
Good morning. So, food companies sometimes do some weird things in their packaging to kind of make things seem less than they are. But
You eat
that is a lot of calories in here.
Mr. Brandon.
What?
You eat the whole thing?
You don't eat the whole Saruji's bar?
No, not in one day. I'll split it in half and eat half of it in the morning and half of it.
So you're the psycho who does that, who made them label it that way. Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
So on this food label, if we did it in little c calories, that would be 160,000 calories.
Oh my God.
So because food has so much more energy in it, we use a big C. We created this unit for it. Okay, that's the difference between them. Good question. Good
How
question.
many do you have up in there?
What?
How many do you have?
I only have one. Jeez, people are selling them, so you got to support, different organizations. All right. So yesterday we were talking about how we use energy with every activity that we do, ladies and gentlemen. Every activity. Put away your headphones, take out your computers. Let's go.
Do we have to type
Welcome to
that?
class. Now, be a part of it. Okay? So, what I want you to do, your table looks a little different. There are a few extra columns on there. Okay? But what I want you to start by doing is taking the next 5 minutes and just listing down what are some everyday activities that you would do on a daily basis. Now, again, you could either pick a school day or a weekend. I don't care. But you need to include everything, including how much you sleep on average a night. Okay, so if you get like 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours of sleep, you need to put it down, and then how many minutes per day? Now, how many minutes are in an hour?
60.
60. So if you sleep for 8 hours a night, that's how many minutes?
8 times 60.
60. Thank you for telling me what math to do. Now, how about giving me the answer to 60 times 8?
480.
Or 180. Or 180. Okay? If you only sleep 7 hours a night, that's 420. If you sleep 6 hours, what you get on average. Now, then what I'd like you to do is list what you do on a daily basis, kind of your average activities. So if you're going to put school down, you can put like 8 hours of school down because we're here from 7:30 till 3 or so. Okay? If you go for a walk, or if you have a job where you have to sit at a cash register, or maybe it's a job where you walk around stocking the shelves at a store, try to give me just an idea of what you do. If you were an athlete and you have practice every day, put down playing soccer for 2 hours, or playing or running track for 2 hours, okay? Whatever it may be, all right? But try to list what you have for an average daily activity and the minutes, and then we'll show you how to get the calories burned in a second, ladies and gentlemen. So just go ahead and list things right now.
Can it be like doing school and after school and before, like, and like your toys
It
and all
needs
that?
to be a complete day. So from when you wake up until when you go to bed, and include the sleeping at night.
So So twice the sleep.
No, just include the sleep once, because what we'll say is, we'll say on average you go to bed at a similar time. So let's say you go to bed at 10 o'clock at night. You sleep for 8 hours. We'll start with that. Then do what activities you would do from the time you get up until the time you go to bed again. Okay? All right.
Put eating in there.
What? You should put eating in there if you're going to be eating, yes.
Do you put eating once or 3 times?
What you can do is you don't, guys, if you're going to put something down like eating, you can put it down once, but try to figure out how much time. So in other words, if you take and eat breakfast for 15 minutes and a half an hour for lunch and then a half an hour for dinner, you could put all of those times together. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay? And again, this isn't going to turn out to be exactly 24 hours. There may be some amount of time that is unaccounted for during the day. We just want to try to get as close as we can to what you would do in an average day. So go ahead, take a few minutes and list those.
Do we have to list all of the boxes? Like, what if
You may not need all of the boxes. You may need more boxes. Okay? If you need more boxes, right-click in a box and then put add another row underneath if you need more.
No, I can't even think of ideas.
Yeah, I'm 46. How'd you finish yourself?
I stayed here. Yeah, I've heard my friends say that. Yeah, Kayla was saying that. You can use some miles.
Me and my family
Yeah.
always chilling.
We're like 5:30. No, we stay until 6.
Yeah.
But some of my friends come and play. I haven't seen them in a while. I had a recent with them.
Sleep.
You got me thinking every day. We took that.
Yesterday I thought it was like Thursday. And I'm like, today gonna be Friday. Let's go. That was go.
What are you looking up? How many minutes are in a day?
It's not okay. So, like, how many minutes are in like 7 hours?
Take 7 times 60. My gosh, we're not talking about incredibly difficult math here.
I'm sorry, Mr. Brand.
Write down something that you do on a daily basis, Christian.
I do a weekly basis on one activity. I do a weekly basis. Depends on the day. Depends on the day.
We'll do that in a minute. Don't worry, I got an easier way for you to do that. Yes. Right now, just do your activity in time. You don't need the calories burned per activity because I'm going to show you an easier way of doing it. I found a better calculator for this online than we used to use in the past. That's why I'm changing up the table some. Okay? I couldn't do it because I already issued you your EISN, but we're going to change it up here. We're going to make life easy for you in a minute. Scrolling on your phone is an activity, ladies and gentlemen.
Done.
Playing video games is an activity. Going to work is an activity. What you would normally do during an average 24 hours, ladies and gentlemen.
Like 8 hours.
3 to 6. That's hard to calculate daily.
Hard to calculate what, Zoe?
Almost every Wednesday, I go to my autism group and it's from 3:30 to 6.
Okay, well, if you're picking that as a day, what do you do then?
We like either it's an outing day where if it's either the outing that we go to.
Okay, what would be an outing? What would be an example of what you do at an outing?
we went to the new zoo.
Okay, so you would go. So say you would go for like a walk or something. You would walk around the new zoo or walk around.
Or we go to like the places, the campus.
Okay, well you gotta pick one.
We go happy places.
Zoe, it's okay. Then pick a different day. Use a different day of the week. So what do you do on Tuesday?
Watching TV and activity.
Yes, watching TV would be an activity. Maybe you go home and play a musical instrument for a while. You have to practice or you like to. Or you sit and listen to music. Those are activities, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they may not be the most stressful activities, but those are still activities.
Is contemplating my life an activity?
That would be thinking. So sitting thinking, that would be fine. School day is about 8 hours, we figure, by the time you leave home, get here, and then get back.
I do that part.
8 times 60. 6 times 8 is how much?
Mr. Brand, you repeating that didn't go home the answer.
Do you realize how disappointing it is to hear that your generation cannot take 6 times 8 and give me an answer?
Why does Chris represent our generation?
Because he's a part of it. And he's not the only one who, when I ask a question like that, goes, Mr. Brand, you realize I can't do that kind of math.
Well,
Mr. Brand, a lot of kids can't do 2 times 2.
That's bold.
Because more times I get the answer that Chris gave me than the correct answer.
There's only a calculation I can do in my head.
I am.
That I can get.
And as far as your math skills are, I'm very disappointed in your generation. Still can be disappointed in your math skills.
Does it have to be?
Now understand, I'm saying I'm disappointed in your math skills. I'm not disappointed in you in general.
Mine's not.
I'm disappointed in the skills that you have for certain things.
You forgot to turn the video
Which probably means he's not going to be a millionaire because his accountant is going to rip him off long before that and become the millionaire, because if he can't add, subtract, multiply, divide, do algebra, he's in
Keep
trouble.
all in cash in my bed. I missed your crap.
Mr. Krabs.
I'm gonna get my crappy cat here. It's gonna be a max.
All right. For those who are a little bit further along, or those who are almost done, the site you're going to use is called calculator.net. So go to a new web page and type in calculator.net. Now, the first thing that comes up is this calculator, and that's not really what we need. What we need is down here under fitness and health calculators. So under fitness and health, then, we get all of these different calculators, okay? The one that we're looking for is this calories burned calculator. So you click on the calorie burned calculator. Now, a couple of things. Before you select an activity, in here you're going to have to put your body weight. Now again, if you want to lie to this and tell it you weigh less than you do, you are welcome to. But what you are doing by doing that is actually shortchanging yourself in the calories burned. So again, I'm not going to be looking at this. I'm not going to go back and take your numbers and go, oh, I figured that Jaslyn weighs this much now because this is the number. No, I'm not going to worry about that. Okay? So put in whatever number it is in here that you are. Okay? Then you can select the activity. Now, again, it breaks it into certain categories: walking, running, cycling, swimming, gym activities, training, sports activity, outdoor activities. So you have to kind of go through these. Home and daily life. Okay? There you go. This calculator includes everything, ladies and gentlemen. Everything. Okay? So you've got sleeping, you've got watching TV, you've got reading while sitting, painting, paper, remodel, inside. moving, carrying boxes, food shopping with the car. So again, when you have an activity and you put down that you watch TV for an hour every night, first of all, you got to take and put it into minutes, 60 minutes. You click watching TV, and now it will tell you when you hit calculate how many calories you burned doing that activity for that long. Okay? And that is the number that goes in that last column of your table. So we're going to skip the third column. You won't need to do the third column. You just need to do the last column. Okay? Now, you may not find exactly what you are looking for here. So, for example, if you're talking about gym activities, you may not find exactly what you are looking for here, but try to find something as close as you feel you can. Okay? So, training and sports activities, a lot of different things here. Okay? I was going to say they have wheelchair basketball, but not regular basketball. I was worried for a minute there, ladies and gentlemen. But you can find many things in here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so just to give you an idea of how many calories you burn in a day.
Wait, how did you get all of that? Like,
Okay. You have to go up to the categories at the top. So up at the top, the activity, there are different categories here.
we don't have this. Unless if I'm on something new.
Let me see. I'm on the website that you should be on. Okay. There you go. Now you're on the right one. Put in your weight, find your activities. They don't have a what?
What do you do at school?
So for at school, you could probably put sitting or an activity like watching TV because you probably don't. It's probably not much different than that. You're right. Yes.
Okay, because you're accidentally at the wrong rest.
Hey, language, please. I know it was because you said it.
Fishing, hearing, very specific.
Okay. If you're not seeing those choices, you're not in the right calculator, ladies and gentlemen. Call me over and I can help you. There you go. Sienna, what's that? They don't have shower under home activities?
No.
No showering.
They don't
Okay.
They also
They don't have eating?
No.
Oh, sleeping. They're sleeping though.
I mean, honestly, yeah. I feel that. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, just add it. You don't need to break it out separately. Just
One activity would be like multiple because it's like multiple activity for one.
Oh, for showering.
Sometimes, if I'm really into a game, I play like
Where you at?
Because two activities is kind of like the same thing, kind in the same category, kind of.
What's that, Zoe?
With drawing and coloring, and then my diamond velvet idea.
That would all be under the same thing, I would say, yes.
That's why I took it in one, so I put it in one. Right, they don't even have to get dressed down there at all.
Well, again, getting dressed and things like that probably isn't much different than, walking or something like that. So I guess you're going to have to try to make some Yeah, nothing in here on showering. You could maybe put it as like standing in line,
That's what
because you're standing in the shower, you're moving around, you're fidgeting a little bit. So again, it's not, it's not every activity in the world, but just to give you an idea.
We're doing the third column or the last column.
But Chris, you're actually always I used to.
you already
What's that?
said which one you were doing.
Well, Chris, I don't know if Crystal does, but we both use a track right now.
934.
Okay, so what do you got?
Sheesh.
I kind of got like a basic understanding of this.
Okay, so let me see your table.
Oh man, that tools on here.
Not a lot.
So those are this option.
So basically, you just didn't do it.
No,
Why?
I've done this before. It's like a lot. Like I do this.
Then it should have been easier for you to do.
But it's like it's tedious. You know?
They
Like
have tools on
calculating
what
I
the.
kind of hated that.
Again, you
That's why I
didn't have
stopped
to
doing that.
calculate every little thing. You just needed to give me in general what you do on an average day and for how long you do it.
This is all I did.
What was the big
calories I burned during the chores?
Where's the light?
She does more than that fucking thing.
You don't want those. Alright, I do like now. I do like now. Yeah.
When you get when you get everything listed, ladies and gentlemen, then you need to total them up. Total them up and see about how many calories you burn on a daily basis. Now again, we are not accounting for every minute of every second of every day. We're just trying to get kind of a general feel for it. And again, is what you do on a daily basis, does it vary some? Probably, yes. Okay? So again, you have to pick what you consider to be an average day.
But it would for my tools, I can't do it because all it is heavy cleaning that it has.
For your what?
My tools.
For doing
For your
homework.
tours? Chores? Well, then put down heavy cleaning and give yourself credit for doing more than you do.
For homework, can we put it under watch? Because like,
Or reading
or reading.
while sitting.
Okay.
Homework would be similar to reading while sitting. So again, you have to find things that are close to it. Like Alex said, showering isn't on here, but he put standing in line because in reality, standing in line and taking a shower probably aren't that far away from each other as far as what you're doing, right? So,
Maybe if it's like hotter.
what's that?
Maybe if like the shower's hot.
I understand that, but then you could say standing outside on a hot day. Standing in line, the temperature is not going to affect the amount of calories you burn that much. Okay?
Let's get crazy.
All right, you got 2 minutes to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes to get your total, and then we're going to move on. Yep, add them all up. This did a lot of the work for you by figuring out how many calories per the amount of time for your weight.
Can I grab a calculator?
No.
Or not steal, but borrow a calculator?
No.
Thank you, sir.
Why would I tell him no, Victoria?
I don't know.
Okay, good. As long as you got a reason for it.
They didn't even have video games.
Well, again, video games would be similar to probably watching TV.
What about driving?
Just basically sitting. Maybe similar to reading because you've got to be paying a little bit of attention, but you're basically sitting while doing it.
Eating would be cooking, right?
Yes.
Where
I did eating as like
I would do eating is either sitting and reading or watching TV or something like that because you're not cooking, you're moving around, you're standing on your feet more. Eating, you're not doing that.
I did the same thing with driving.
Yeah.
I did reading, sitting.
Yep.
Because you have to pay attention, but
Correct, but you're not very active.
physically moving.
Not much. All right, somebody want to tell me about how many calories they burn on a daily basis? Go ahead, Ethan.
4,898.
Ooh.
4,898? That's a lot. Yeah.
Tweak your mind. 5,692.
There you go.
Okay, very active people. Very active people.
Very active.
Okay? Now, let's make this simpler though. Okay? There are two ways that energy can go in the body. You can take energy in, you can use energy, or energy go out. Energy in comes from the foods that we eat. That's it. Completely and or totally. We have no other way of getting energy than by eating food. Okay? It is measured in calories with a capital C. We told you why, because food has so much energy in it that they made up this special unit. And 3,500 calories, ladies and gentlemen. If your body has an extra 3,500 calories, that will equate to 1 pound of weight gain. So if you have gained weight, it is because you have taken in 3,500 more calories than you have burned. Now that may be over a week, that may be over a month, that may be over a year. But there's energy that comes in and energy that goes out of your body. If you take in more than you've used, you can gain weight. You want to lose weight? You have to burn 3,500 more calories than you take in. Okay? Now, this is a very simplified version of it, but that's what it is on the simplified level. Okay?
So for the calories burned, do we just add them all together, or do we have to do the minutes per day?
No, because it already accounted for the minutes when you put it into the thing.
So we just do the calories burned.
You just do the calories burned. Okay? Energy out, based on the activity that your body goes through, determines how much energy it uses. We talked about it. Taking a shower does not burn as much energy as going for a walk. Obviously. Different activities equal a different amount of calories burned. And even if two people are doing the same activity, two people are playing soccer, can you name me two soccer players based on their position who would burn a different amount of calories?
Goalkeeper and center.
Goalkeeper and any other player. Hopefully, if you're on a good team, most of your time spent as a goalkeeper is spent alone at your end going like this, waiting for the ball to come your way. And hopefully it never does. As opposed to the other players on your team who are running around a lot more. In baseball, pitchers and catchers burn a lot more energy than just about any other player. Why? Because they're involved in every single pitch. Every single one. Okay? Football, I would say it's pretty even across the board. Every player is involved in football for basically the entirety of the play. Okay? But different activities mean different calories burned, and different levels within an activity could mean different calories burned as well, just so we understand.
That's a lot.
Okay, it's measured in calories burned per minute. So that is the way they do energy out. Calories burned per minute, which is why they ask you to tell how many minutes you do something for. Okay? Now, there are some variables that affect the calories that you burn. here they are. Number one, the exercise or the activity. Obviously, again, watching TV, going for a walk do not burn the same amount of calories. Okay? The more strenuous the activity, the more calories you're going to burn. So if you go for a walk and somebody else goes for a jog, the person jogging will burn more calories. So why do they tell people that it is better to walk than to jog? What? Thank you. Okay? I hate running. If there is not a purpose involved in running, I don't do it. Meaning, if I'm not playing baseball, basketball, football, or being chased by a bear, I am not running. Okay? It just isn't happening. So if you tell me to go jogging every day after school for 30 minutes, I'm going to be like, I'll jog once and I'll be like, I hated that. I'm not doing it again. But I can go for a walk every day. Why? Because a walk doesn't bother me. Okay? Doesn't make my knees hurt. I don't feel like I'm dying while I'm doing it. I can do that. So again, they will tell people it is better to do something a little less strenuous that you will do than try to do something more strenuous that you will not. So they say walking is better for people. Why? Because their chance of continuing it is better than somebody who comes out and says, you know what, I'm going to go jog 3 miles today. And you come back and you're like, I'm never jogging 3 miles again. Okay? The amount of time you do something for. So obviously, the longer you do an activity for, the more calories you will burn. If you go for a 10-minute walk and somebody else goes for a 20-minute walk, they're going to burn more calories than you do. Simple as that. How long you do it for. So the more time you spend doing it, the more calories you burn. The less time, the fewer calories you will burn. And what was the third thing? Your weight. The weight of the person. The more a person weighs, the more calories they will burn doing an activity. The less a person weighs, the fewer calories they will burn. That is just the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Just the way it is. Why? It is harder to get an object that is larger moving. So it takes more energy to get me moving than it does to get for Ethan to get himself moving. Okay? So here was an old chart. Showed you different weights, different activities on here, and how many calories you would burn per minute. Again, I found a better way of doing it this year. This is the way we used to do it. Okay? But this does have some things on there like sleeping and sitting and things like that. But again, it allows you to see, okay, playing volleyball, if you're 100 pounds, you burn 2 calories a minute. If you're 180 pounds, you burn 4. Okay? And this is probably a little outdated too. It's probably better nowadays. So when you compare energy in and out, there are 3 things that can happen. The energy in can be greater than the energy out. You take in more energy than you burn. What will happen? You will gain weight. You will gain weight. That's simple. If you take in more calories than your body burns, after 3,500 more calories, you gain 1 pound of weight. After another 3,500 calories, you would have 2 pounds of weight. So if you are gaining weight, the reason you are gaining weight is because you are taking in more energy than you are using. Quite simply. Okay? Now, you could take less energy in than the amount of energy you use, in which case you will lose weight. You will lose weight. Okay? So if you want to lose weight, you have to take in less energy and burn more. By the way, this is why they say diet and exercise are the best way to lose weight. Diet and exercise. Diet would normally cut down on the amount of energy you take in. Exercise increases the amount of energy out. So if you're doing both, this is going to be maximized. Okay? What is the third option?
Energy in equals to energy out.
Energy in is equal to energy out, in which case what will happen? You will maintain your weight. There will be no change in it. So those are the 3 options. Now again, food science is finding out a lot more about things nowadays. It's not just quite this simple, but in this class, we're going to keep it this simple. Okay? Now, the other thing. Ethan, you played basketball, right?
Yeah.
Are you doing a spring sport?
Tennis.
Tennis. So no. Okay. I said sport.
Tennis is a sport.
You're entitled to your opinion no matter how wrong it may be. Point being,
Kind of hurt.
throughout your high school year, your activity may vary from time of the year to time of the year. If you're a football player, you're going to burn more calories during football season. If you then don't do anything in winter, you're going to burn fewer calories. Now, chances are a lot of us make automatic adjustments. What I mean by that is when you are playing a sport, when you are very active, you will eat more normally. So you're burning more calories, but you're taking in more. Your weight stays the same. Then all of a sudden you stop playing your sport. You're not playing it. You're not burning as many calories, but you probably slow down on what you're eating and things. Again, evening it out. So I'm not asking you if you've gained or lost weight since yesterday. But think about where you were a year ago in your sophomore year. Have you gained weight since then? Have you gained weight? If you have, you're taking in more calories than you're burning. And for you guys, it is not bad. Why?
Because you're still growing.
Because you're still growing. Your bodies are still developing. Now, anybody ever hear of the freshman 15?
Yes.
What is it, Jaslyn?
It's when you go to college and you lose weight.
You what?
Lose weight.
You don't lose weight.
You don't lose it. Freshman 15 is a lot of people go to college, and in their first year of college, they come back weighing 15 pounds heavier than when they left.
I thought it was not the freshman 20.
It may be. It may be. Now, the reason for that is quite simple. 2 reasons, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, if you were an athlete in high school, played football, played basketball, played baseball, you're probably not at college. Very few people go on to college to play sports. So all of a sudden, your activity level drops. And at college, when you're away, you now get to pick your own meals. Most of the time, you're on a food plan at your college, eating in a cafeteria. Where my daughter goes to school at Whitewater, the food plan was you could go to the cafeteria and eat anything you want as much as you want. That was literally the food plan. When I went to college, if you got a salad, you didn't put tomatoes or ham on it because those things were heavy. And at the end of checking out, you went to a scale. You put your salad on the scale and they charged you by how much it weighed. Nowadays, that's all included in the student's meal plan. So when you walk into the cafeteria, you want a salad, you have a salad. You want a burger, you have a burger. You want pizza, you have pizza. You want fries, you want to go to the dessert bar and have ice cream all day, you can. And you can go back for as much as you want. They've made it so that it's all the same for everybody. It's all completely open. So it's probably the freshman 20 now instead of the freshman 15. Because your energy level has gone down and your activity level has gone down and your food intake goes up. People gain weight. Not everybody, but some people do. But it comes down to this. You've changed the energy in and the energy out in your body. In high school, you are normally more active. Not always, but normally if you're involved in sports or plays or organizations or you just simply are working. Okay, that changes when you go to college. So all of a sudden, this changes in balance. Okay? It's not fair to get on a scale every day and try to figure out if you're gaining or losing weight.
Mm-hmm.
In reality, go on a scale once a week. Go on a scale once a month. Because day to day, your energy intake, your energy output changes. The question is over a period of time. Are you gaining weight? Are you losing weight? Are you staying the same? Okay? Questions? All right. You've got you've got 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I expect to see a bunch more labs turned in, or I expect to be very busy with you calling me over and going, can you help me with this because you don't understand what you're doing? So grab your labs, ladies and gentlemen, get to work on them and get them finished. If you need a calculator, go ahead. Alexa, I will put your numbers in from Zoe for you. Give me just a minute, okay?
Zoe.
Or not Zoe. Yeah, wait, who is Alexa's partner?
Victoria.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I thought Zoe was. I will put the numbers in from.
That was last try.
Yeah, my bad. My bad. Okay. All right. Are you done with your lab? It's turned in? Okay.
I look up to the physical place, tennis.